Welcome into Browns Film Breakdowns, your Wednesday edition, September 24th. We have a great show lined up. We are going to do some game balls, which is going to be a part of our featured activities on your Wednesday podcast. Having reviewed, really digested the tape, we're going to give out some game balls that are, well studied, well thought out, not immediate knee-jerk reaction stuff, right? So we're going to do a little of that because it's, again, quiet. You don't get anything during the off day. So we're going to do game balls. We're going to do Brad's question of the day. We're going to start a new segment around that. Some great thought-provoking discussions around what Brad is seeing, what I'm seeing. We got a good question every day we're going to try to hit on at minimum. And then we'll get to the defense comprehensive breakdown at the end of this episode as well for those of you who are Browns Film Breakdown subscribers. We appreciate all of you who have joined the site. Continue to come through and take advantage of the awesome opportunity we have going on at the site. So take, like I said, a couple seconds, come over, check us out. Smash the like and subscribe on YouTube. Go to TikTok, Instagram, follow us there. Obviously, we're on X. You can follow us there as well. You're kind of everywhere, Browns Film Breakdown these days, and we'd be happy for you to join us in any capacity. So we're excited for today's show. It's me, it's Brad. Got a bunch of Browns topics to go through with you guys. Let's get started on the latest Browns Film Breakdown podcast brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. What's up, everyone? Welcome in. It's a beautiful Tuesday evening when we're recording this show. Hopefully, whenever you catch this on Wednesday, it finds you well. And, Brad and I are in the midst of recording this with a side eye on the iPad in front of me, Brad. The Guardians are up 3-2 with a ridiculous bottom of the sixth inning. Hopefully, they hang on. And you're listening to this with the Guardians tied for the division lead. That'd be fantastic. Who knows? Maybe this game will go so fast we'll have an answer by the time we wrap up our open. But nonetheless, Brad, I welcome you and I say, what's up, brother? And obviously, go Guardians.
Yeah, absolutely. Playoff baseball is so much fun. And just part of it just makes the fall so much better. So I really hoping for another fun run. Last year was pretty epic moments, but just for them to get in this crazy way would create a lot of energy around downtown. And I love it, man. This time of year.
Packed house. That stadium is slammed
Rocking.
and roaring
Yeah.
tonight, man. That just is the best of times when they're playing good baseball over there. And they're really the hottest team in the second half of the season. And anything can happen when you're the hottest team in baseball. Think of the Diamondbacks a few years back. You can get there. You can have a real shot at it. So I'm excited to watch them continue on here. They ironically are playing the Tigers, who the Browns meet up with, the Detroit Lions. I always get I made fun of Brad a long time for saying it Detroit, but it's Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I've always screwed that up over the years, but I think I've gotten better at it. But the Lions, we watched them last night, put on a show in Baltimore.
Show. Yeah.
It was a show, beating Baltimore at their own game. They're a confident bunch. The Browns have their handful, and I can't wait to watch the real slug match of how the Lions run the rock against how the Browns defend the run. That's what I'm really fascinated to watch. It's going to be fun. We can't wait to break it down all week. But we want to do some like different segments on a Tuesday record Wednesday pod for you guys, because it's, again, very quiet day. Not every one of these will be very quiet. There could be some bigger, more broad news. Brad wrote a really good piece, opening drive today, on Myles Garrett and leadership and the mic'd up session that he had that the NFL put out, which was just so good. Where he is, he's going to be 30 at the end of the season. You can just, he has that aura, Brad, where everyone's looking at him like he's a superhero. He's got that respect from both teams. Like the way Tucker Kraft is talking to him as an opposition, the way guys look at the coin toss was the funniest thing. You could tell one of those wide receivers or is a defensive back. I couldn't really tell, but just looking at him like, oh my God, that guy is massive. He's something to see, and it's just clear how he can control the temperature of the team. And I know you're going to write on that, and there's some great things you're writing, and then on that topic, and then the things part, which I love. I love the segment there. So check out the opening drive. But Brad, I like that you kind of bring out a question, and this can be me asking sometimes too. But we're going to do a little question of the day, and then we'll get to game balls too. We'll give out one of those for each of the three categories. So you had a good one. Let's start there.
Yeah, so, with the focus on defense today, right? My mind was on kind of, having watched the game a few times now, I just see Adin Huntington appear to be winning almost every time he's on the field. And how do you reward him, I guess, with more snaps with when you don't want to take anybody off the field because the front is so good? Like it's like I want to give him more snaps, but like you don't want to take Mason or Malik off the field because they're so good. Runs?
5-2 Guardians, baby. Huge, man. Quan doubled down the left field line. And now you got Daniel Schneemann shooting one through the left side, a
Wow.
rocket, 5-2. These guys are something else. It's
They
pretty
are,
wild.
man. They own
You're
the
you're
Tigers, by the way.
really, this is an unbelievable comeback. 15 and a half
Yeah.
down at one point.
Yep.
Your question about Adin is great though, because it's
Yeah.
something he was asked. Kevin was asked about this. Here's his answer to he looks like a weapon offensively, is what I think Tony Grossi asked this question, which, I don't know that he's a weapon offensively. I think he's a fun gadget to what they're doing in heavy situations and things like that.
Yeah.
But he kind of asked him, could you enlarge his role more on short yardage? And he said, potentially, with our players, we're always looking for guys that can do different things and have versatility. And he's playing really good defense for us, Tony. He said he's making a contribution on special teams, and obviously he's making a contribution on offense as well. So with young players, you always try to bring them along, but we're always looking for guys that can give you versatility. So he was asked, he didn't answer it because it's tricky to answer. And I know you're specifically asking about defense, which I think is fair, right? The highlight snap of him creating that pressure alongside Miles with that little Superman chop move that allows him to easily turn the corner and create, like he had multiples of those where he's getting after the quarterback. And he has, albeit again, like 38 snaps on the year defensively. He didn't play a ton in week 1, but they definitely upticked it the last 2 weeks. So he has gotten better every time he touches the field. He has the highest PFF grade of any rookie interior defensive lineman. Small sample size. Like for cross reference, Mason has played like 147 snaps. He leads all interior D lineman rookies. But then Aiden's played like 38. But he's been really effective. And that, like I said, the last 2 weeks, it's clear he can play and he belongs.
He was talking about how he was prepared for when he got out there. He was he had a move that he was ready to use, and it's just like he's very into it. Like I heard him in the post game. This was after week 2, but I think, but it was like he was just like talking about just like he was ready to make a move, or he had this, he has it planned out. He just seems very focused and bought in, and he'll do whatever they ask him to do. But he's also he appears to be incredibly talented.
He's twitchy and he's strong, and I'm calling him Geno Atkins light. Like he is smaller, but the same. But Geno was small, but he's smaller than him. But it's the similar. Like it's all he looks similar in build.
Yeah.
He's just not quite he doesn't have as much mass. But if he's going to keep producing when he's on the field, it's going to be hard to keep him off the field. But also, to your point, Brad, the guys in front of him are playing great football. I mean, the performances from Malik Collins have been so encouraging, borderline elite. I mean, if he continues, there's a lot of games left, Brad. There's 14 games. But if he continues this path, he's going to be a Pro Bowl chance to be like an all-pro defensive tackle, like at the rate he's going. And I think Mason's coming along really well, stood out so effectively in week 3. So it's hard to be like, hey, he needs to be playing over Sheldon Richardson or you know what I'm saying, Dalvin Tomlinson or some of the others they've had. I think he's doing what I would say is he's playing the appropriate amount of snaps right now, 15 to 20. Bring all the juice in pass situations. He actually had a really good rep handling a double team and not losing ground and keeping himself square, and then turned and split the double team. So, yeah, man, it's a great question and it's a great problem. They also have this guy named Mike Hall who's going to come back, who I think is one of the twitchiest pass rushers drafted last year. And then you have 5 guys because Shelby's still playing respectable football.
I know.
So this defensive line, Isaiah McGuire continues to play really well.
Yeah.
Alex Wright's good in rotation. It's a good group, dude. It's a really good group. I can't wait to watch them. And I'll talk about this on the defensive comprehensive stuff. I've got one area I am concerned about with run defense.
Against Detroit.
Against Detroit. I'll talk and you'll see me talk about it in the defense film room, which will go up Wednesday morning. It should be up by the time you're listening to this pod. Hopefully, I'll probably post it overnight, and then I'll also talk about it at the end of this pod. But like, yeah, it's going to be a great battle. I'm interested how the Browns handle some of the wrinkles they do in the run game, and they're just good. Their O line is good, right? The Ravens, I don't think, have a very good offensive line. I think they get
No.
by on some of the talent they have in the backfield. I think obviously the Packers offensive line is, especially when Zach Tom left in the first play, it's
Yeah.
bereft of some talent up there. And then Cincinnati, we know how uneven their O line is. Now we're seeing a really good offensive line. Let's see how that shakes out. That's going to be the fascinating plot in all of it. But yeah, they're healthy, they're talented, and clearly thriving and like building up confidence and momentum off of the others around them.
The young talent is such a refreshing thing. I mean, Huntington
Mm-hmm.
at UDFA, what a find this guy could be, right?
Yeah, man.
Schlesinger, you know.
I mean, thinking about it over the course of the years, Ronnie Hickman, I tweeted about this earlier in the week, and I'm going to talk about it again at the end of this pod, but it's okay to reference it now. He's played like every snap this year. He was a
Yes.
big part of things. He's in his third year,
Yep.
getting better. They trust him
They do.
immensely. He's a UDFA wild success story. Then you have Mahmoud Diabate, who, again, I think his role will increase, but he's been a success. They've had a real run of UDFA success, especially defensively, that, I think is really cool to see
Yeah.
for cutting some corners on cost and all of that. So, yeah, that's an element here that you can't talk about the drafts without also hitting on what they've done with getting guys after the draft, right? I think that's a huge part of it. So,
You got Dom
fun to
Jones got
see.
elevated. He only played
He
one
did.
snap, but he was in the right place.
He's gonna play. Eventually, he's just gonna play
Yeah.
when the time comes. So I'm excited for him. But let's give out some game balls here. Offensively, I think there's two candidates. I think for me, it's hard not to give it to Joel Bitonio because of the energy and effort it took to play with that back, not practice all week, and also be their best offensive lineman by a wide margin. I know Kevin also gave him the game ball and again, they get to give out more than we're giving out here, but I think you can make a really good case for Quinshon Judkins too.
Yeah.
But it feels to me like what Bitonio had to gut through, and not only did he gut through it and do it, he performed really well. It was one of Brandon Thorne's standout offensive lineman performances of the week too. So I'll go Joel, but I wouldn't argue, Brad, if you felt more inclined to go Quinshon, because
No, I
Quinshon
think
was pretty special.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And Quinshon was great, but I don't even think he gets the opportunity for some of those runs if Joel's not gutting it out there. So I think we give it to Joel. Just playing through it, man. They're already in their depth on that offensive line. Losing him could be critical, So
Yeah.
good on him.
Defense, you could give it to a lot of guys.
A lot of guys.
Yeah, a lot of them. I mean, hard not to look at Miles and feel like some of the stuff that he put together in that one wasn't pretty dang elite. I'm open to who do you have on this one? I'm interested to see who you think should take it for the defensive side, because I know Carson Schlesinger is also up for Rookie of the Week as well for his performance.
I was gonna say him or Miles. It's hard not to. I mean, if Grant Delpit, just for
so many
making
good choices.
that play.
Yeah.
I mean, you could give it to Shelby for saving the game.
I mean, Malik Collins, 4 pressures as well,
all over the quarterback.
Yeah.
There's so many options. I think I would lean towards.
Can you give it to the whole defense?
The whole defense. I think I would lean most towards Schlesinger, though. I think he had probably the most complete game he's played as a pro.
Yeah, 6 tackles on the stop tackle side of things, which are those that constitute a failure. So those aren't cheap downfield tackles he's collecting, right?
Yeah.
Played really well. I think that's fair. I'd probably go Delpit, because if you don't, I mean, Delpit also made 6 stop tackles. I contend that over the course of the last 3-4 years, he's been one of the best, dime backers or whatever you want to call him. He's on the field all the time. So it's not just like he's just a dime guy, but he's a box safety who is another linebacker, but can also run with tight ends and wide receivers. And he's such a weapon. He's such a weapon, man. They finally feel comfortable with their two safeties here and the rotational backup guys, right? I know DeMonte Casey wasn't active this week, but Rayshon Jenkins stepping in, helping out, and it's a fun group right now. I'd probably go Delpit just because the game isn't that game without that play, without that sneaky little bait read play, which was really cool to break down. So those are the two. But Miles is your highest graded player, and he just demands so much attention. It's actually insane how much attention he was receiving throughout that game and still able to make a mark on it in the way he did. And Love was freaked out all game. Just his guys on the offensive line are turning around and telling him to run,
screaming for him to run.
Yeah,
so funny,
so tough. I will say too, we do a special teams game ball. In this one, it's the first time all year we could probably give it to two people, right? So it's hard not to give it to Shelby for getting his hand up. What's that? I saw his 6th.
That's insane.
Yeah, his 6th total block kick in his career, which is that's a pretty wild number for him.
Kevin talking about that. They were like, "Can you teach that?" And he's like, "Nah, that's innate." He was like, "You can't teach that."
No, you can't. I mean, it's just he's
insane.
Got the arm length, the height in the middle. Like he's really good. And Denzel really flying off that edge.
Dude.
They getting a fingertip on it.
Did you see the still of him in the air? I mean, tell me he's not going all out for that. That's insane, right? Like
he's been doing that since those Ohio State days. When he really wants to turn the corner on a block, he can do it like few others. So yeah. I mean, also a kicker dealing with a late week injury in Andre Schmidt and still being able to plug through, make a kick, make an extra point, and then kick a 56-yard, 55-yard game winner.
Yeah.
Hard to pass. I mean, can you split this one? Caden Davis had a nice game, I thought, coming back, returning kicks. He had a special teams tackle on his end as well. Nobody else really any crazy Caden Davis was like the highest graded of the group, but
I'm done.
Yeah, man.
Can we get Davis to return the kicks? Can we get Carter out of there? I'm done with it. I'm done with the experiment. I've tried to hang in there and bite my tongue, Jake. He's not doing anything.
No, it's not. It's not going very well. The leash should be short. We'll see if it is. It seems as though they really want to make that whole thing work, but I'm not. I'm not seeing it. I think I'll give it. To Andre. It's just that kick and what he dealt with the first week was pretty cool to see him. Since those two kicks between the Ravens game and this one be pretty stellar.
And he's
got a smoothness about him too. It looks good.
The kick looks great. All of them did. And we didn't even know about the personal side of things that was going on, the story with his mom and everything, which kind of comes to the forefront after this make, along with all of the, probably makes everybody feel really bad, like me, for coming down so hard on him after week 1. But
there's no more frustrating way to lose than kicks, man. It's not personal, brother. No, it's not like we don't dislike him. It's just it's so hard to watch guys put them, their entire body on the line for 60 minutes, and then it comes down to missing 36-yard kicks that feel routine, right? It's just, and I know Andre wants to make them. It's not like he's trying to miss them, any of that stuff. That's a part of the theater of football, the drama. They'll never get rid of kicking because of those moments, the drama it brings.
Yeah.
But it is hard. It is one of the most frustrating ways to lose football games. So, I don't think we're alone in the vitriol that comes with that when it doesn't go your direction, right? Pretty cool when it does. Pretty cool when you get lined up in 55 and sink it for a game winner. We love those.
At home, crowd going crazy. Great story behind all that comes out, and I pointed out when I'm talking about Miles a little bit, but just the fact that Miles knew what was going on with him personally and had engaged him And just all that is kind of cool. Like, you know, I mean, we're talking about defensive end and the kicker here. How many locker rooms are they having a discourse where he's calling him Dre and he's talking about him like he's his friend? We're talking
Yeah.
kicker and all pro, all world defensive end. I don't know how often those, you know, two become whatever it meant to Miles was talking about how much it meant to him that he made that
Yeah.
kick.
Yeah.
So just a different kind of leadership I think we're seeing from Miles
He's
here.
he's quite clearly the alpha male of that entire operation. Maybe
The
they'll,
whole offense,
you know,
defense. I mean, you saw Flacco almost apologetically hug him after the game and
yeah.
then mic'd up, right? He's like, "I'm sorry,
Right.
man. You got us on that one." Like he was almost like scared to like give
Yeah.
him a hug,
Well, they feel bad, and
like
that's what
thank
Joe
God.
was
They
talking about that
do. They
afterward,
do.
man. Like you
Yeah.
start to get that pressure builds up to play complimentary football, and you're not doing your job, and you feel like you're letting your teammates down. And
Yeah.
there's gonna be some. This will work itself out. The better chances
It
to work
will.
itself out, and I'm encouraged by how, despite what has gone on, they still seem together. They still seem bought in. They still seem, even if that kick didn't go in and they lose it in overtime, you know, there's still seems to be really good buy-in there, Brad. And I think that matters, obviously, to
It
the operation.
does. I think it's huge. You know, I mean, that's what Miles was saying in the post game. He was like, it doesn't matter who's playing well and who's not. We're gonna stick together."
Right.
He was saying all the right things there, but like not only just saying it at the end, but the defense just kind of proved it. It's like they never got down on the offense. They
Yeah.
never panicked. They just kept playing until, you know, something positive happened. And, you know, it takes real buy-in to do that when you're like, I mean, how easy could it be to get frustrated as a defensive player in
Oh,
that game? But they didn't
yeah.
even flinch. They didn't blink. They stayed with it, and they did me. I think they deserve to be commended just for that attitude of like, forget it, we're gonna pick them up no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that takes real buy-in and real belief in each other. So it's a really
Yeah.
good sign for the locker room.
Yeah. Good leadership across the board from everybody. Encouraging
Yeah,
stuff, like you said. So there's our game balls. We will continue to do those, talk through the biggest players of the game, the rationale for why we think they matter to the game. We'll continue to layer that up and try to get everybody maybe a bit more involved in that. Maybe we'll have some community voting on that as
yeah,
well. So, all right, that's your Tuesday, or excuse me, your Wednesday open. And like I said, we're going to come back after the break and we're going to talk some of the deeper dives of defense personnel schemes, what Schwartz is doing, some good information on that for you guys. So stick around for that. Otherwise, come to the website, read Brad's opening drive. There's, again, some good information in there, some good thought process, and his what he what I think I know about the Browns is always fun to read. So come through, check all that out. We will have on your Thursday show a parlay for Thursday night football. So, you know, FanDuel does some good stuff on Thursdays for,
yeah.
you know, their profit boosts and stuff like that. We'll put together a 4 or 5 leg one that we like to do there. I'm not even sure who's playing on Thursday this week, to be honest, but we will deal with that when the time comes. But keep your eye out for that. If you're a FanDuel supporter, we greatly appreciate their support of this podcast, as well as Monfredi Dental here in Columbus, just south of Hilliard. Fantastic dental office who supports us at Browns Film Breakdown, and we could not recommend any more. Great people, great service, and just an awesome experience. So, like I said, we'll catch you tomorrow if that's the end of your show today. But you should come over and unlock the defense comprehensive breakdown from week 3. It's well worth your time. We'll catch you guys. Go Browns.